Okay, ladies and gents, it is time. It is time for the end of the year. Obviously, it's list week. Everyone's posting their goddamn list, but I'm only posting two. You've seen one yesterday, and then this one will be up today. I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about my favorite albums to have come out in 2015. I have them in an order, and I've rewritten this list like 6-7 goddamn times, but I'm finally happy with the way this one looks. So I'm going to do this before I decide to change it again. Yeah, I got some honorable mentions to go through. I don't know if you can hear it. Enslaved in the background. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through, I'm going to talk about the honorable mentions just very, very briefly. I'm going to talk about the albums very, very briefly. The lower the number, the more I'll probably end up talking about the album, but I don't want this video to drag on for too long. So the honorable mentions are in no particular order. I'm just going to show them. Perdition Temple, The Temptress Victorious. I was certain this album was going to end up on my end of the year list, but it just got beat out by everything else. The only negative thing I have to say about this album is it does kind of get repetitive after a while. The songs are pretty samey, but if you know Gene from Angel Corpse, obviously Purith from Black Witchery on vocals, it's kind of like a supergroup, and it is very, very good. Temptress Victorious, check that shit out. I said this was going to be best death metal album of the year, and it didn't even make the list. Gruesome, Savage Land, Old School Death Worship. Obviously, this includes members from Exhumed and Possessed, another supergroup, and this album is so fucking good. Like I said, Leprosy era Death Worship. It's something else. It's awesome. This guy's voice sounds so much like Chuck's voice that it's almost scary. That's Gruesome, Savage Land. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. Again, something that everybody fucking knows is Ghost Bath with Moon Lover. I really, really loved this album when it came out. I kind of stopped listening to it for a while, which is the only reason it didn't really make the list. And I mean, there are some really, really fucking good songs on here. Golden Number is still my favorite. And I love the artwork too. Awesome shit. Marduk with French Wine. Fast, furious black metal. The only reason this didn't make the list is simply because I kind of forgot about it for a long time, and I didn't listen to it for about 5 months. And I threw it on the other day while I was working, and it is good. But I don't know, man. I don't know what fell short the second time around. But again, very, very good songs in this thing, like Blonde Beast and Africa. And then there's Thousandfold Death, which is a really, really fast song. This is very, very good shit. Marduk, French Wine. Another band that I saw at Hellbash along with Perdition Temple, this is Destructor. This is their new album, Opprobrium. Really, really fucking good shit. The only reason this isn't on the list is simply because I didn't listen to it enough times. You know, I listened to it a few times, really enjoyed it, and just kind of, I don't know, I need to go back and listen to this again. This is very, very good Australian, sort of like Black Death, Black Thrash, sort of. Very good shit. Another Hellbash band. This is Deifago, Into the Eye of Satan. I really, really love this album. This album is fast, this album is ferocious. This album is relentless, and this album is evil. That's Deifago, Into the Eye of Satan. This album actually wasn't big on too much at first, and I never really got too much into it, but upon further listening, there are some really, really good songs on here. This is Shining with Everyone, Everything, Everywhere Ends. I like the name of the album. I like the album itself musically. I think vocally is the only place on this album where it sort of falls short for me, and I don't know why. I mean, it's not really like the vocals are delivered nicely. It's just not my style, I guess. And finally, for the honorable mentions, Bell Witch with Four Phantoms. Slow, gorgeous, haunting Funeral Doom. This shit is long. It's challenging to get through this album. It's very, very challenging. It's a very slow release. This isn't good for car rides. You basically have to dedicate about an hour of your time to really, really, truly appreciate that. And it's very good. So that's Bell Witch. Okay, we're already 5 minutes into this shit, and I got to talk about 26 albums, because I have two tied at 25. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to do this. 25, part 1, this is Evangelist with Enthralled to the Void of Bliss. What I love so much about this is you can listen to this album a million times and pick out new things each time you hear it. This album is extremely experimental, and it's very hellish. This is sort of like Black Death. Again, this band was a hell bash. I actually missed them accidentally. Well, not accidentally, it was kind of Maddie's fault. But, so fucking good. You guys have to hear this. The other one, tied at 25, this is Alda with Passage. Gorgeous, gorgeous atmospheric black metal. The only thing keeping this from being higher on the list is the clean vocals I don't really feel work so well with this style of black metal. The guy's got a nice voice. It just, with this style, it just doesn't really mesh very well in my opinion. But, God, dude, this is so fucking good. I absolutely love this. Sung the Clear Cut, and the Crooked Trail, I believe, is the other one. Awesome, dude, on Bindrune. Really, really good shit. So that's 25. 24, we got Fetid Zombie. Mark Riddick, obviously everyone knows this style of art. This is Mark Riddick's band, his project, if you will. It's just him. And though I'm not convinced by the direction that Fetid Zombie have taken over the past few albums, sort of straying from the stuff that you hear on Pleasures of the Scalpel, this is still very, very fun, very catchy, very groovy death metal, and it's over the top, and that's what I love about Fetid Zombie. So that's 24, Fetid Zombie with Grotesque Creation. 23, another band that I have not really been convinced by the direction that the band has taken over the past few albums, but have still managed to put out an album that made the cut. This is King Dude with Songs of Flesh and Blood in the Key of Light, which is a terrible, terrible name for an album. It's just long. But King Dude, obviously, is a Seattle-based, sort of neo-folkish band, usually satanic lyrical themes. And this is better than Fear. Fear was on my list last year, but it was actually higher on the list, like closer to number 1, but that's just because there wasn't many good releases last year, in my opinion. This is very, very good. The first half of this album is really fucking awesome, and the second half kind of drops off, in my opinion, which is the only reason this isn't higher on the list. So that's King Dude with winning the award for the worst album cover of all time. Number 23, Mephitis, Woes of Mortal Devotion. Holy shit, this is some of the most aggressive fucking music that you can hear that have come out this year. I believe these guys are from Italy, and truly, they have made an absolutely terrifying, just totally threatening sounding album, and it's definitely worth your time. So that's Mephitis with Woes of Mortal Devotion. Number 21, I placed this as a whole, even though it is 3 albums long. This is Swallow the Sun, Songs from the North, 1, 2, and 3. I placed this, according, like I said, as a whole. Now, had I placed this just according to like the 3rd album, this would have been much higher on the list. But the first album, I'm not totally sure that I'm loving the first album, or the first part of it. I like it, but just when I hear it, there are certain songs I just kind of skip over, so this is basically averaged out at number 21. So that's Swallow the Sun, Songs from the North, 1, 2, and 3. Basically, it made the list because of the 3rd album, Despair, the Funeral Doom one. Number 20, an album that I didn't really like at first, but I've come to appreciate over time. This is the Black Dahlia Murder with Abysmal. Everblack was one of my favorite. It was probably my 2nd favorite album to come out in 2013, and Everblack is miles ahead of this in terms of everything. In terms of memorable songs, Everblack has this beat. In terms of lyrics, Everblack has this beat. In terms of ideas, Everblack has this beat. But this album does have some very, very good songs on it. Songs like Refaced and Threat Level Number 3. And the album slows down with songs like Stagiophobic. One thing this album really falls short, in my opinion, the song titles are all stupid. There's not one good song title, in my opinion. The only thing that's even close is Vlad, Son of the Dragon, but everything else is just kind of silly. That cannot die, which eternally is dead. I don't know. I just hope that this band sort of doesn't follow in the direction that this has taken. But like I said, this is still a good album. So Black Dahlia Murder, Abysmal at number 20. Number 19, Draconian with Sovereign. Oh god, you know, Turning Season Within that's one of my favorite Doom albums ever. But with this album has definitely taken a less aggressive sounding approach in favor of melody, in favor of more female vocals, and in favor of less harsh vocals from the main male vocalist. But holy shit, I fucking love this album. The everything is perfect. The Draconian, Sovereign, this shit is fucking awesome. That's number 19. Number 18. I'm not going to say much about this. I'm going to say that this band belongs in the dictionary next to the word metal. This is Deathhammer with Evil Power. One of the most fun live bands I've ever seen. And one of the most fun albums that I've heard this year. That's Deathhammer with Evil Power. Awesome. Awesome shit. Number 17. This is Evil with Ashes of Old. This is the A5 Digipack version. This is like $7 on Redstream. Definitely get this shit. But anyway, this is really, really like old school sounding black metal. Brazilian black metal. If you're familiar with Evil, then you know that these guys are from Brazil. But dude, in terms of riffs, this sounds so fucking old school. I love this shit. I'm not going to say much about it. I'm just going to say that you guys need to fucking hear this. That's Evil with Ashes of Old at number 17. Number 16, Polish black metal. This is Mgła with Exercises in Futility. This was a lot higher on my list most times I wrote the list. But just listening to things over and over again, I realized, you know, I hadn't listened to this as many times as most of what I really enjoyed. But in terms of Polish black metal, this is one of the best in my opinion. Fucking Mgła, Exercise in Futility, awesome, awesome album. Number 15, this is released through my buddy Sean's label, Celestial Oak. This is Utstadt with Herungabager. I probably butchered the shit out of that, and I really do apologize. These guys, I believe, are from Utah, and if you can tell, it's atmospheric, sort of like epic black metal. And if you enjoy things like Caladan Brood, or if you enjoy things like Summoning, then you will enjoy this. It's in the vein of bands like that. And, oh god, dude, it's so fucking good. The first track, the first real track, I'm not sure if there's an intro on this or not, I don't remember. But the first track on this thing, god, that song gets me every fucking time, dude. Utstadt, Herungabager, awesome shit. That's number 15. Number 14, I'm not exactly sure how to say the name of. This is Sapthorin with Hildigasil? I don't know. Blood Dripping from a Sword. Oh god, this fucking shit, I just got this like last week. I've listened to it loads of times. This is pretty much what I've been jamming at work. It's so fucking good, dude. And, yeah, Foreign Sounds, don't fucking put the goddamn sticker on the cellophane that wraps this CD, please. Oh. The picture on the back was taken in Kentucky. I had no idea. I wonder if these guys are from Kentucky. I don't know. Sapthorin, Blood Dripping from a Sword, so fucking good. Got something I only have on vinyl because I'm a terrible fan. This is Black Celice with Mysteries at number 13. Oh my god. I love the really simple album cover, but god, dude, I fucking love Black Celice. The sort of very, very, very raw Portuguese black metal. And one of the standout things about this is the fucking vocals sound like fucking animalistic, like howling miles away. It sounds like what you would hear in like a horror movie when like a wolf howls in the distance in the woods or something, you know, under bright moonlight. The shit is fucking terrifying. It's cavernous as hell. It's extremely raw. Definitely the rawest thing that you can easily find. And fucking good, memorable riffs in my opinion. And it's just awesome, dude. That's Mysteries, Black Celice, number 13. Okay, I only have the vinyl version of this too, because again, I'm a terrible fan. This is Hikiaset with Cosmic Trance Into the Void. This guy's from Spain, and it's like a sort of anti-cosmic Satanism. in terms of like lyrical themes. It's like a black death metal album, but this is a fucking awesome debut album. One of my favorite debut albums of the year, and I love this thing, dude. Awesome, so fucking good. Check out Hikia Set, and that's Cosmic Trance Into the Void at number 12. Number 11. This was a lot higher on my list each time I wrote it too, but really I'm okay with this being placed at number 11. This is Achilles with the Dreaming Eye. Oh god, this is very, very aggressive black metal. This is very, it has a very witchy feel to it in my opinion. And with the artwork and everything like that, the atmosphere of this thing is unrivaled in terms of an evil fucking atmosphere. This thing just creates an aura of evil atmosphere, and I fucking love it, dude. So goddamn good. That's Achilles with the Dreaming Eye, number 11. Number 10. This album surprised the fuck out of me. I wasn't expecting this to have made the list, considering the last few albums this band has made. This is Cradle of Filth, Hammer of the Witches. Oh god, talk about a return to form. This is it right here. Hammer of the Witches is arguably a black metal album. Cradle of Filth has ditched the whole stupid... they haven't totally ditched the gothy thing, but, you know, like Manticore and Other Horrors, that album had a very punky feel to it. I'm so glad they did away with that shit. Darkly Venus Aversa, the sort of really fucking, polished symphonic sound, they got rid of it, dude. This is a black metal album. Seriously, the first track on here, Yours Immortally, the opening, riff that happens in that song, seriously, you could pull that out of a Sargeist song. I mean, the shit is awesome. I love this album so fucking much, and expect to hear more about this because I do have the record. That's Hammer of the Witches, number 10. Number 9, something that pisses Maddie off. This is Revenge with Behold Total Rejection. Completely untouched. In terms of aggression, it doesn't get scarier than this. This shit is completely animalistic. This is barbaric, knuckle-dragging, sort of grindcore war metal. You can call it whatever you want. It's fucking awesome. And God, I love this fucking album. And the artwork is really cool too. So good, dude. Revenge, Behold Total Rejection. That's number 9. Number 8, the best straightforward death metal album to come out in forever. This is Pissgrave with Suicide Euphoria. I'm obsessed with this goddamn album. It's so fucking good. It looks how it sounds. It sounds disgusting. Vocally, it sounds like what you hear when you're chewing something crunchy inside your head. That's what the fucking vocals sound like. I fucking love this album. Any death metal album that came out last year does not touch this. Any straightforward death metal album that came out this year does not touch this. So fucking good. Suicide, Euphoria, Pissgrave, my new favorite death metal band. Number 7. Again, I only have the vinyl. I'm not really sure why. This is Clandestine Blaze with New Golgotha Rising. Finnish one-man black metal project, Mikko Aspa from Deathspell Omega. This is his one-man project. I believe it's like the 10th album or something like that. And this fucking band, dude, I've never really been too familiar with them, but once this came out, I decided to go back and give a couple more things a listen. Because the only thing I heard before this was like Harmony of Struggle or something like that. But my buddy Craig has been recommending me stuff, and everything that he recommends is usually really, really good. So the Clandestine Blaze stuff is also really awesome. Don't be afraid to listen to this because of the whole Mikko Aspa being a racist thing. They're not an NS band, by the way. I really fucking hate those people who say Clandestine Blaze is an NS band, and they're not. It's not. I mean, the guy's dick and he's racist, but it's not an NS band. Yeah, Clandestine Blaze, New Golgotha Rising, awesome fucking shit. One of the best black metal albums come out this year. Number 6, I do have the CD for this, but I let a work friend borrow it. This is Lindemann with Skills and Pills. I've listened to this album more than any other album to come out this year, like tenfold. When Maddie and I went on our huge road trip vacation, This right here, this is what we listen to most of the time. This shit is so goddamn good. It's so fun. I was completely blown away when I first heard this. Just how much fun you can have with this album is fucking unrivaled. Songs like the title track Skills and Pills, there's obviously Children of the Sun is another favorite of mine, Yukon, Golden Shower, Praise Abort. This shit is awesome. It's loads of fun. If you're not familiar with Lindemann, it's Till Lindemann from Rammstein and then fucking Peter something, I think, from Hypocrisy. I don't know, dude. It's really fucking good. You guys need to hear this. Just to have a good time. It's awesome. So that's number 6, Lindemann, Skills and Pills. Number 5, Archgoat, the Apocalyptic Triumphator. Oh my god, one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And this is one of the most fun albums that I've heard in a long time. This album is an absolute blast to listen to. This is my favorite Archgoat album, bar none. Songs like Nuns, Cunts, and Darkness and Grand Luciferian Theophany, dude, some of the best songs of the year. If you guys don't know this, get your head out of your ass and fucking listen to Archgoat. It is so fucking good. It's number 5, Archgoat. Number 4, I bumped this back to number 4 because number 3 was just fucking kicking my ass. This is Panopticon with Autumn Eternal. Some of the most absolutely gorgeous. What did you do?
I'm looking for my drink.
Oh, here.
Thank you.
Some of the most gorgeous stuff to come out this year by fucking miles. I absolutely love what Panopticon is doing, even though they've pretty much ditched the traditional folk elements that have been present on their last few albums. Besides the title track, Temayet's Gold... Temeract. Temeract's Gold Returns. Fuck that. God damn it. I don't know. That's really the only traditional American folk music that you will hear on this album. But this album it blows Roads to the North out of the water. And Roads to the North was number 3 last year. So, number 3? I believe it was number 3. So this album is definitely something to behold. It's fucking awesome. I love every song on here, but my favorite is probably Into the North Woods or Sleep to the Sounds of the Waves Crashing. Fucking gorgeous, dude. I absolutely love this shit. Definitely check out Panopticon with Autumn Eternal. It's number 4. Alright, dudes, this is top 3. Top 3 best albums to have come out this year, and all 3 of these albums are better than my number 1 last year, which was Goatmoon's Voito Tai Valhalla. Oh my god. Number 3, Drowning in the Light, From the Abyss. Drowning in the Light has fucking stolen my heart this year. I mean, this is like the band's 60th release. This is like their 12th, 13th album or something like that, and fucking Asgore doesn't run out of ideas. It's fucking impressive. It's really impressive. And this album is a kind of a sharp left turn from what Drowning in the Light has done in the past, because this is much more polished sounding. Well, this is much more polished, but it's not polished sounding. It's still very, very evil sounding without relying on, like super fucking heavy distortion and stuff like that, and just raw production. Drowning in the Light has created a seriously fucking scary sounding album without doing that. So definitely check out From the Abyss. One of the best songs of the year, like I said. Secrets of the Darkest Spells, fucking awesome. The very, very last track on here, Sinking into the Void. It literally sounds like you're hearing this haunting sort of a keyboard from underwater. I mean, there's like faint bubble sounds and everything. It's fucking awesome. And that shit gives me goosebumps every time. Number 2, the top 2, I'm going to say, you guys are either really, really not expecting this, or you saw it from a mile away. But I've switched these 2 so many times, and I've landed, this is the way it is. Number 2, Cattle Decapitation, The Anthropocene Extinction. This album, I was certain at the beginning of the year that this album would be number 1. Even though I hadn't heard it at the beginning of the year. This album didn't come out till August. I was fucking certain. And the only reason this album did not make number 1 is simply because this album is entirely too predictable. It's a perfect album, don't get me wrong, fucking 10 out of 10, but with Monolith of Inhumanity being its predecessor, this was such an obvious step for Cattle Decapitation to have taken. This is pretty much, this is Monolith of Inhumanity Part 2. The album is literally laid out the same as Monolith of Inhumanity. I mean, for example, the very, very last track on here, Pacific Grim, is it follows a sort of ambient track with just vocals, and the lyrics that are spoken in the ambient track are repeated in the very last track. It does the same thing on Monolith of Inhumanity that it does in the Anthropocene Extinction. That's the only reason that this isn't number one. Well, it's one of the only reasons this isn't number one, but it's a big reason, and I really hope that Cali Decapitation kind of try something new with the next one. The best thing about this really is the fact that it's darker and it does include black metal elements, and for that, it fucking deserves its spot. So that's Cali Decapitation, the Anthropocene Extinction, fucking 10 out of 10 album. Alright, dudes, number one. Oh my god. I don't know what to say about this, so I'm just gonna wing it. Leviathan, Scar-Sighted. I'm actually not going to talk too much about this. I want you to listen to it for yourself. If you haven't heard this, don't take my word for it. Listen to it for yourself. This album is literally, it's perfect. I cannot find something about this album that I am not in fucking love with. Oh, God. I don't know what the fuck to say. This right here, this solidifies that Jeff Whitehead is one of the best musicians on the planet. My personal favorite, of course. He's a fucking genius. This shows his very, very vast range of skills. Death metal, doom metal, black metal. This shows everything. This proves that Jeff Whitehead is a mastermind at his art. He is an artist, and this proves it. This is fucking perfect. I'm gonna say if I had to choose a favorite song from this, it would be Wicked Fields of Calm. But really, the whole album is fucking perfect. Don't take my word for it. Listen to it for yourself. Leviathan, Scar-Sighted. Best album of the year, 2015. I would say there's competition, but I think this was inevitable. This album came out in February, and it still kicks my ass a couple times a week. I love this shit. So, fuck, man. That's it. That's top 25 albums of the year, 2015, along with like 6 or 7 honorable mentions. This year blew last year out of the water. Whether or not next year can do the same, I have no idea. It's going to be tough. So, yeah, this will be the last video you guys will see from me this year. I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays, if you do and celebrate holidays. And I will see you guys in the new year. So, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and see you soon.